I just thought it was a great fight by the guys. I felt like we played a lot of that game at Wazoo's pace and their kind of temperament, but I thought the guys did a good job of just kind of creating enough momentum swings in our direction to where we kind of had favor in the way the game was going, and it was a little more up and down, which our guys I think do better at. We do a better job when the game's moving, and we're able to get turnovers, run, and get good offensive looks that way. But they shot the ball really well, and they do a really good job of just finding the open guy. And when you've got that many guys that can make plays and shoot it and make some of the shots they did tonight, that's what's probably going to happen. But we just got to continue to get better in those situations and watch the film and see how we're a step here or we're a step there that could make our life a lot easier or potentially a lot harder.
Coach, you kind of just talked about the pace right now, but on two separate occasions, I believe in the second half, there was about a 4-play stretch where Keshon was active on both sides of the court. Can you talk about your guys kind of thriving in those moments? Can you talk about how those kind of snapshot plays kind of epitomize what this team's about?
Yeah, and I think you can see that the kind of the mood and the I would say the reputation of our team is starting to form a lot to the way Keshon Gilbert plays. And when you're the primary ball handler and you're the point guard and you've got those responsibilities, that's what you're going to get a lot of times. And I don't think there's anybody that I'd rather have that is kind of an embodiment of the way our team plays. I think you watch EJ, EP, Lou, Keshon, Vic. I mean, David, of course, we could go down the list. They play incredibly hard. And Keshon, he playing for Durango in Vegas, playing for Vashon in St. Louis, and he's used to those types of games, being active, having fun, getting deflections, running out, making plays, and I think that's where our team does really well. I think we do a good job of having good spacing when the flow of the game is kind of up and down. I think sometimes when it's slowed down is where sometimes we don't have the good offensive spacing, and I think that run in the first half that we went on is a primary example of that.
Kev, you guys forced 22 turnovers, and it seemed like multiple times in the game they used the entire shot clock because they had to, forcing up shots with 1 or 2 seconds on the shot clock. Did you feel like that was the difference in the game today?
Well, absolutely. I mean, I don't know if I've ever looked at a stat sheet and won, if you give up 56% on 23 three-point attempts. But at the same time, 16 turnovers forced in the first half allowed us to, again, we had a lead at the half. So there's good and bad to it, of course. We're giving up some looks, but at the same time, the way we look at it is positive possessions. We've got to have far more positive possessions than we do not. And if we can get as many deflections as we got today and have been getting, and as many turnovers, of course, as we got today and have been getting, sometimes it's just going to go that way. But again, they did an unbelievable job finding the open guy. They really share it. They do a really good job of making that extra pass, which in the first half, I thought especially we were just letting them pass it too clean. There was the passes were on target, and that just makes our job really hard if we've got to chase around on clean passing around the perimeter.
Kev, first off, is there any kind of update on Parquet and his knee?
No, I just know that it bothered him pretty good. So I don't know anything other than kind of what we all know is that he just didn't play and it didn't feel great.
And then secondly, 10-0 start, first time UNLV has had a 10-0 start since the 90-91 season when Tark was here. What's it kind of like?
Same team, basically.
What's it like just to hear your name and Tark's on that kind of same achievement?
Settle down. Let's not. No. We're not doing that. No, the guys have done it. We've done a really good job of working. The guys have done a really good job of competing every day, and I think. If you remember all the way back to March of the previous year, we talked about having a team that the city loves to root for, loves to support, that the alums love to support. I get texts and calls from Anderson Hunt every time the guys play, and every time the guys have won this year because he just appreciates how hard they play, and that's what he says every single time he texts, and that's what we're going for, and I think this team's doing it. But we've got to understand now, like you said, it's starting to get a little bit of attention, and every game is going to be a bigger challenge, and hopefully we're excited and hungry for that opportunity and those eyeballs, and because it should still be fun.
With Parquet out, did you make any adjustments? If not, who stepped up into that role to fill his absence?
Well, there's really no. I mean, he is unique. I mean, how many guys that can have the career he had with as many nights and minutes that he's played, where he just comes here and the only thing he cares about is being bothersome on the ball. Being a good teammate, making plays, winning games. He's one of those guys where he doesn't score a lot, but if you look in the plus minus at the end of games, he's plus 10, plus 12, plus 18, whatever it may be. His impact on the game is a big one for us. And I thought Webb, Jordan, Jackie, I thought they did a really good job coming in, not letting the ball handler be comfortable. They still started a lot of possessions around half court. And that's probably one of EP's biggest strengths. He doesn't let teams run multiple plays consecutively clean. He makes it very difficult on the ball handler. And when you're a ball handler and your primary objective is just to get the ball across half court safely and get it to that first person, that's really annoying. And he does a really good job of that. But I'd just say everybody that stepped in between Jackie Jordan and Webb that kind of filled that role, picking the ball up full, being bothersome, did a really good job tonight.
When you say settle down on the 10-0 and the Tark and all that, is that the message that you're delivering to
No, I meant bring it right back up, Mike.
Is that the message you're delivering to the players behind the scenes, or do you try to play that up, or is it coming from that? Like, what's going on with them in terms of being 10-0?
Yeah, honestly, as a coaching staff, every cliche you can imagine, they just ring true. As my dad always said, cliches are cliches for a reason. It's just what we've talked about with them is the message being 1 down, 1 to go. It's 1 down, 1 to go. It started all the way back at our first closed door scrimmage, 1 down, 1 to go. One opportunity down, next one to go. And I know, I'm not that old to where, I know they look at social media. I know they hear a lot about it. And but at the same time, I think it's okay from a coaching staff because they play so hard. And we've continued to play really hard. And hopefully now with this week, we can kind of take a little bit of a deep breath and just get ready for next week, knowing and understanding that there's going to be some talk about it. There's no reason to shy away from it, I think. But at the same time, no, we're not going to bring it up to them anytime soon.
Does it help to have veteran players as your core to sort of keep things in check and not get too far ahead?
Oh, absolutely, without question. Without question. I think when you talk about the guys again, how many games, if you talk about, I joked with them the other day between Luke, EP, Webb, and EJ, they got almost 20 years of college basketball experience between the four of them. And their DNA is their DNA. And so far, being at UNLV, it's playing hard, and it's diving on the floor for loose balls. It's helping a teammate out. It's creating advantages for teammates. And as long as we can keep that our DNA and at our core of how we play every night, we'll have a chance to win a lot of games.
Coach, rightfully so, everyone's talking about how great you guys are playing defensively, but offensively, do you feel like week to week you guys are getting better, the team's gelling, chemistry's getting there from an offensive standpoint?
Oh, without a doubt. Because I think a lot of those, now we have evidence. We have receipts to it to where, see how you're standing here. And then a couple minutes later or even the next half, we can show them, see, now you were standing here and you see the difference. And when guys see that, see it on film and they kind of see the spacing and where they are versus where they're supposed to be or vice versa, it's just a great opportunity to learn. And again, kind of doubling down on being older, it's a lot easier to get that message across to guys that are older, because even at the end of the day, if they don't agree necessarily, they're still going to try and do it. And as long as we're on the same page, I think we'll get a lot of good positive possessions offensively.
We'll do one more question.
Kev, it's been a few weeks since you guys have played in a game this close. Just what did you think about your team's execution in those last 5 minutes?
I thought did a good job. Again, the defensive side has been our staple and our pillar. So just getting good looks. Getting the ball moving, getting the ball in the paint, so that we didn't have any surprise shots and we didn't turn it over. And I think being able to do that, it allowed our defense to get back and just have a little bit better of a chance to keep any quick buckets from happening, so that the game would have gotten tighter a little earlier.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks, guys.
EJ, what's the team's excitement level for a 10-0 start?
It's the first time it's been done in I don't know how many years, so everybody's pretty excited. We put the work in, we had a tough summer, and just to get the outcome with 10-0 is great.
Keshon, 25 points. Got you. 25 points, career high again. Just what was kind of your excitement level for this game and this event?
I think every game really exciting for me, for real. But this game was kind of special. Like you said, it was my career high. But yeah, every game really excited for me.
EJ, what did you see from Keshon out there? Just kind of seemed like he was on another level.
Nah, he was locked in from the start. I mean, from the morning, coming up to the game, he was locked in, warm-ups locked in. He do that every game, but, tonight, he seen something special in him, and he believed in himself. He put the work in, so it was great to see the outcome of that like that come out.
Washington State's coach was just in here, and he said one of the hardest things that he realized that the team had a hard time adjusting to was quick hands. He said that's something that they weren't able to kind of implement in practice and scout team, things of that nature. I just want to know, what kind of pride do you guys take in that, to where even on paper it seems like this team is so easy to figure out, and then as soon as they get in front of you guys, it seems like all the planning almost goes out the window?
I mean, every game playing good till you get punched in the mouth. So, but they did a good job. They made good passes across the court. They had us struggling in the beginning, something that we had to adjust to. But, yeah, until they get us in their practice, they ain't going to be able to implement that.
Keshon, Coach Kruger said the reputation of this team is starting to form around you and the way you play, how hard you play. What does it mean to hear that, and how much does that make you want to play even harder?
It means a lot, but I got a lot of guys surrounding me that play just as hard as me, sometimes even harder. So it's a collective thing. It ain't just me. It's everybody around.
Keshon, can you just explain a little bit more on that and how the transfers, have only elevated your game this season?
They motivated me a lot. Just to see certain guys in the gym, like EJ, he always in the gym. It kind of just made me step it up a little bit, even more than what I was doing. So it just, we just feed off each other, really, just helping each other, picking each other up, really.
EJ, it's always one down, one to go on this team, but kind of talk about that culture in the building right now, one down, one to go.
You talking about games?
Yeah.
Yeah, just put it in the bank. Next opponent, it's going to be, our next opponent's going to be the hardest opponent for us, and we're going to prepare like it, and we're going to come out prepared for them, put another one in the bank.
EJ, obviously you guys lose EP pretty early in this game. Who did you feel like really stepped up and played his role for him when he was kind of ruled out?
I don't think nobody can specifically replace what EP do. Nobody in the country. So it was a collective unit. Coach did a great job of implementing guys in certain spots to help us, kind of help when he's going down. But we still look after our brother and, make sure he's straight, and we got a win for him, and, we'll get him back soon.
Keshon, yesterday Jordan McCabe said this was a statement game for you guys. What kind of statement do you feel like you made today as a team?
Really that we could play with pretty much anybody. We can win throughout different situations, different circumstances, with or without people. It was just an all-around win for us, really. So that's one of the statements.
EJ, it's been a couple weeks since you guys have played a close game like this. Just how did you kind of evaluate your guys' final 2 to 3 minutes and the execution there?
Honestly, I didn't even know it was that close. I thought we was up more. The scoreboard was up top, so I couldn't really see the score. But, just knowing that we got to pull out a close game, you can't practice that. Only game reps can prepare you for that. And I know that late in the season, teams are going to get better and, give us an opportunity. But it's on us to mature and win those games. And I think it's a great mature moment for us to kind of go down the stretch, make those free throws and not foul. Victor did a great job of not fouling that when he tried to bet him into a three-point foul up 3. Securing rebounds, because that's something that they were killing us at. We were minus 12 rebounds a half, and I think that was an emphasis of us second half. And, especially with them taking threes to catch up, we had to rebound. I think we did that. It gave us an opportunity to win, and we ended up coming out on top.
You cold at talking. I ain't going to fight. You cold.
So for Keshon, you made a 3 in the corner on the break. You made a double clutch lefty layup, that running hook as well. I just wanted to talk about maybe what was your favorite shot, and then is there any moment where you're like, wow, I made that?
My favorite. No, I ain't gonna lie. The little hook, that was my favorite angle. That's just touch, So that was my favorite shot.
Have you practiced that before?
Yeah, we do Micah's every day. Shout out to Micah Drill. Shout out Coach Kruger. Yeah, we do Micah's every day, so we work on our finishing every day.
How about the difference in your game, though, where you last year you probably wouldn't have taken a three, on the break from the corner, and now you don't hold back?
Everybody really just give me confidence. They tell me I got the green light to shoot, so really just getting reps in the gym and seeing it go in before the game, really. So that's where that come in.